Hey everyone, welcome to the IR Universal Remote tutorial. If you're opening the app for the very first time, you're going to be brought to this screen. You're going to want to push the button in the bottom right hand corner with the plus icon. After pushing the button, you're going to have an option between infrared and Wi-Fi. The infrared requires a phone or a tablet with infrared capability with an IR blaster. The other remotes are controlled by Wi-Fi. Let's start with infrared. After selecting infrared, we have a list of devices that are supported. Let's go ahead and start with television. After selecting television, a list of manufacturers is populated. You can choose your manufacturer. In this case, we chose Samsung. Then you're brought to the screen of remote codes. You'll notice there are 53 remote codes for Samsung TV. You can go through the individual code sets by selecting the next and previous button. Once you find the one that is best, go ahead and select Choose. After selecting Choose, your remote will be built. After your remote is built, you can add a name. A name will be pre-populated, or you can edit to add your own name. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to leave it as Samsung TV. Now our remote is loaded. If you swipe to the left, you'll see multiple panels. Swiping again and you'll see another panel. Swiping back to the right will bring you back to the front. You have an options menu in the top right hand corner, and you have an options menu in the left hand corner, or the navigation drawer. Let's go ahead and change the color of the action bar or the toolbar. To do this, I'm going to open the sliding menu panel and I'm going to choose Change Action Bar. I can enter my own code, my own color, by manually entering it, or I can go back to Action Bar Color and I can select from a color from the list. For this tutorial, I'm going to choose purple. That's changing the action bar or toolbar color. Let's go ahead and change the remote background color. To do this, I'm going to open the sliding menu panel and select background color. Again, I can enter my own manual color. I'll just enter a color from the list. Again, I could select this from the list, but I'm just showing that you can manually enter it. That's our background color, or we can choose it from the list. We can also change our background to be an image. To do so, you just select the Add Image icon and then search through your storage device for an image. Now you have an image as your background. You can turn your device into portrait or landscape. From landscape, you'll see all of the remote views on one, and then back to portrait, you'll see the single remote. Pulling back out the remote options panel, you'll see here to change the button text. You're given a quick tip, which is basically what I'm going to show you here. You just need to choose a button, you can change the text, and then just select the check mark. So I chose select. Now I'm going to change select to be OK. You'll see here it updates as OK. When I'm finished, I'll tap the check mark in the top right. And now it's updated. Let's go ahead and change the button color. To do so, I'll open the sliding menu panel, change button color, and then given the tip, I'll dismiss it. I could enter a color manually or just choose it from the list. I chose purple. You can also do all or single buttons, so let's change all buttons to purple. All I did was activate the switch and then chose purple. Now all buttons are purple. And we can go ahead and update the power button. We'll make it red. When I'm finished, I'll tap the check mark in the top right hand corner. We can also change, say, the button opacity, how transparent the button is. We'll reduce it so we can see through the buttons and see the image behind. You can make it less, or you can make it more. It will go all the way to fully transparent. You can also change a button IR code. To do so, you will pull out the sliding menu panel and you'll tap Edit IR Code. It's going to tell you what I'm going to show you here. Select a button. You have the option to add a custom code. You'd select Add Custom, and then you would copy and paste or manually enter your IR code. It can either be hex or decimal. Both formats are accepted. You may want to search online if you're unsure what that is. You can also search for a code that's already available inside this app. Just type in your manufacturer, select search. We typed in Samsung. We will select Samsung. Then we're given a list of devices. We'll select TV. Then we're given a list of code sets. We're going to select any code set and we'll be able to go through the individual code sets. And then we can test a button by long pressing it. If you long press it in this list, you can go ahead and test it right here. By tapping or selecting or unselecting button, add button text, you can choose to overwrite the button text. You can also choose next or previous to choose the next or previous code set. Then you can go through each code set and find the exact buttons you want. We're going to go ahead and replace the select button, or the button that we updated as OK, we're going to replace it with a select button. So let's go ahead and find select. We'll use this one and tap select, and we're going to update the button text. So now our button is back to select. We were able to update the IR code to a select, as well as update the text. Now I'm going to show you if we check the other box on that screen. So we're still editing the IR code. We'll go ahead and tap the red button, the button in the top left hand corner. Now we can just do a previous search. We don't have to type anything in because we've already done a search. So we tap previous search and we're brought back to our last code set. Now we can choose the add all buttons. The add all buttons will basically overwrite from the button that we selected the top left button. It will overwrite that from whatever button we select in this list all the way to the end of the remote. So basically what this dialog here says. So we're going to enable it by selecting yes. And then we're going to go ahead and choose a button. We're going to start with channel down, the channel minus. So the channel minus will go in the top left hand corner, then everything past channel minus will be filled in the remote, as you'll see. So now everything from channel minus down is filled into the remote. Once we're done, we'll select the check mark in the top right hand corner, and we're back into our remote. We can also move buttons by pulling out the navigation drawer and selecting button position. From here, we just tap which buttons we want to trade places. Here I selected the power and channel minus. Now I'm selecting the menu and channel up, and the right and select, and so on. After I'm done, I'll select the check mark in the top right hand corner. And that's how you move buttons. Now I'll show you how to hide a button or remove a button. To start, you'll pull out the navigation drawer in the top left hand corner. Then you'll select button text, select the button you want to edit, and just hit update without typing anything. That clears the text. Now you'll pull out the navigation drawer, and select button color. Tap on the button you want to update and tap in 0 8 times into the apply color, and that will make it transparent. Or you can scroll to the bottom of the list and find transparent. Now the button is hidden. And that's our remote options. You also have the application options in the top right hand corner. First, you can view your saved remotes. We just created Samsung TV. You can also delete a remote, or you can rename a remote if you wanted to. That would just change the name of the remote. You also have the settings, and our settings are just some basic general settings at the top, but you also have the option to auto sort buttons. That is when you build your remote, it says building, please wait. It's actually sorting the buttons onto the remote layout. You have the search wizard, which allows you to go back and forth throughout the code sets. So you're able to take all of those 1 through 53 code sets for Samsung, and we were able to go through them with the wizard to find the one that was right for us. We also have button long press, which allows us to press and hold the button to send a repeat command. We also have the option for Bluetooth. If you have a device that does not have an infrared blaster, and you have a device that does, you can use Bluetooth to send the infrared code from one device through the other. To do this, find the device with the infrared blaster and enable Bluetooth on it. Then make that the server on the application. Now get your other device that does not have the infrared blaster and install the app and enable Bluetooth. You're going to want to make that one the client. So the device with an infrared blaster is the server, the device without is a client. Then, when you go back, you'll save this, press back to save your settings. The app will want to turn Bluetooth on, select yes. It will turn Bluetooth on. Now select the options icon in the top right hand corner and select Bluetooth Connect. Now you just need to find the device and tap to connect to it. Once you've connected, you can use your device without an infrared blaster through the device with an infrared blaster. I'm going to go ahead and disable it for now. You also have to toggle the notification remote. The notification remote is a regular remote that works off your last saved remote, but it's in your notification bar. So this is currently mapped to the Samsung TV. If I changed my remote in the app, it will change it on the notification remote as well. You can toggle that on and off from the settings. Toggling off will remove it from the notification bar. Let's create a Wi-Fi remote. We'll go ahead and select Wi-Fi here. From Wi-Fi, we're given a list of devices. Not as many devices as infrared, but still a few devices. Any device that has the word cast at the end is only allowed to stream media from your tablet or phone to a TV or a capable device. So for Android TV, that's just a cast to Android TV, meaning streaming your media. The LG Smart TV, the Roku TV, those are regular remotes for Wi-Fi, as well as Samsung. You also have a PC mouse. Let's go ahead and start with the Roku TV. So I selected Roku, and it was automatically added to our saved remotes list, and here's the layout for the Roku remote. This is powered by Wi-Fi, so to activate, you're going to need to tap the menu in the right-hand corner and select Connect. Then choose your device from the list. Once you're connected, you will be able to interact with your Roku from the And now that will be available in my saved remotes. Let's go ahead and create another remote. We'll select Wi-Fi and let's make the LG remote. So very much like the Roku remote, you'll need to connect as it's Wi-Fi. So you'll tap the menu icon in the top right hand corner and you'll select connect. Let's go ahead and create another remote just so we can show what else we have. We also have a PC mouse. You'll need to follow the instructions on how to download the server on your PC, but this works just like a regular PC mouse over Wi-Fi. You'll be able to type in your keyboard and move your mouse pad. You can also edit this much like the infrared remotes. I'm just showing a couple features here, but you'll have to go through and mess with it. It's very similar to the infrared remotes, which I've already shown you. So let's go ahead to our saved remotes and let's go back to our Samsung TV. I'm going to go ahead and update the background to be just a solid color. Let's go ahead and choose just any color. How about a blue? And I'm going to go ahead and update the buttons to be less transparent, so more solid. Then let's go to our widgets and I'll show you how to add a widget. Go to your widgets section on your phone. Find the IR icon and drag and drop it onto your screen. The widget will match your last used saved remote. You can adjust the widget's height and width by long pressing it and then adjusting it on the corners of each side. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Please send me an email if you need any assistance.